Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we try to make sense of the financial mumbo jumbo. And today it looks like we're diving into the world of Blue Owl Credit Income Corp. And let me tell you, they've been busy making some important changes to their credit line. And if you appreciate getting straight insights from corporate documents, make sure you're subscribed. We also have a Discord community linked in the description below so you can connect with fellow finance geeks and get your questions answered. Alright, so what's the big news from Blue Owl Credit Income Corp on July 10th of 2025? They announced some significant updates regarding their financial agreements. Now, this might sound a bit dry, but trust me, these kinds of reports can tell us a lot about a company's financial health and future plans. The core of this report is about an amendment to their credit agreement, specifically its amendment number 4. Think of a credit agreement like a big loan contract between a company and its lenders, Blue Owl Credit Income Corp, which is the registrant here, through one of its subsidiaries called Core Income Funding ILLC, basically tweaked this loan contract. And the big deal is that this amendment increased the total amount they can borrow under this specific facility. So what does this mean in plain English? Blue Owl Credit Income Corp, through its subsidiary Core Income Funding ILLC, has secured a larger credit line. They've increased their borrowing capacity from $450 million to an extra 121. There's the $1 million they can potentially borrow. This is a pretty big jump, and it tells us a few things. First, it might indicate that the company is feeling confident about its future growth and its ability to manage more debt. Second, it could mean they have new projects or investments planned that will require this additional capital, or it could simply be that they want more flexibility to handle unexpected expenses or opportunities. Now, it's important to remember that the subsidiary Core Income Funding ILLC is the one directly signing this amendment. But Blue Owl Credit Income Corp itself considers these borrowings as its own when it comes to meeting certain financial rules like those under the 1940 Act, which is a big deal for investment companies. This debt counts towards their obligations. So while they are looking to expand their financial operations and their ability to deploy capital, this is a key detail. The 1940 Act is legislation designed to protect investors in investment companies like Blue Owl Credit Income Corp. It has rules about how much debt these companies can take on relative to their assets to make sure they don't take on too much risk. This amendment and the increased borrowing limit will definitely affect how they measure up against those rules. It means they can leverage their assets more to potentially generate higher returns, but it also means they're taking on more financial risk if things don't go as planned. The actual document detailing this amendment is filed as Exhibit 10. To this report. This is the nitty-gritty legal document that lays out all the specifics of the updated credit agreement. The key players here include not only Core Income Funding I as the borrower, but also Natixis New York branch as the administrative agent, meaning they manage the loan on behalf of the lenders, and State Street Bank and Trust Company as the collateral agent. They're the ones who hold and manage any assets pledged as security for the loan. It's good to see big established institutions like Natixis and State Street involved, as they bring a level of professionalism and oversight to these financial dealings. And of course, like most modern filings, this report includes an interactive data file, making it easier for analysts and investors to dig into the numbers. This is good practice as it increases transparency and allows for quicker analysis of the financial information. Now, looking at this from a broader perspective, increasing borrowing capacity is not uncommon for companies that are in a growth phase or anticipating significant investment. It suggests a proactive approach to securing the necessary funds for strategic initiatives. However, it also comes with increased financial leverage, which means that if the company's investments don't perform as expected, the debt burden could become a significant challenge. Investors will want to watch closely how Blue Owl Credit Income Corp utilizes this additional capital and whether it translates into improved financial performance and higher returns without taking on excessive risk. So what's my take on this? Blue Owl Credit Income Corp is clearly signaling an intent to expand its operations by securing a larger credit facility. This demonstrates confidence in their business model and future prospects. However, with greater borrowing potential comes greater responsibility and risk. Investors should be keeping a close eye on how this additional debt is managed and deployed. Is it fueling smart growth, or is it a move that could lead to financial strain down the line? It's a balancing act, but many companies in the credit and investment space are constantly navigating the company's ability to generate returns that comfortably exceed the cost of this new debt will be paramount to its success. Banned the line. It's a balancing act that many companies in the credit and investment space are constantly navigating the company's ability to generate returns that comfortably exceed the cost of this new debt will be paramount to its success. Alright, that's our breakdown of Blue Owl Credit Income Corp's latest filing. What's your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps. And subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.